If you are defeated once and tell yourself you will overcome, but carry on as before, know in the end you'll be so ill and weakened that eventually you won't even notice your mistake and will begin to rationalize your behavior. Right? It's been said that the definition of insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, but expecting a different result. Yet that is exactly what most people do. They tell themselves, today I won't get angry. Today I won't gorge myself. But they don't actually do anything differently. They try the same routine and hope it'll work this time. Hope is not a strategy. Failure is a part of life we have little choice over. Learning from failure, on the other hand, is optional. We have to choose to learn. We must consciously opt to do things differently, to tweak and change until we actually get the result we're after. But that's hard. Sticking with the same unsuccessful pattern is easy. It doesn't take any thought or any additional effort, which is probably why most people do it. So you've heard this line before, right? Everyone has heard this line before. The definition of insanity is doing the exact same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And you'll end up seeing kind of two main problems with people with this. One, they kind of throw out the baby with the bathwater, right? A person fails trying this specific thing, and rather than trying to learn from that and do that specific thing better on the next go around, they just switch to completely different category. Or what you end up seeing more often are people knowing these lessons, like a lot of things to make your life better, but it's uncomfortable. Most people will naturally gravitate towards what is the easiest thing, what's the most comfortable. And the system and society, it is built to embrace that. The system is fine with you doing the same comfortable thing over and over. Right? For society, for the people that control the system, they love a predictable person because a predictable person is easy. They are easy to sort, they are easy to sell to, and they are so easy to replace. And understand, outside of your friends and family, nobody loves you. The algorithm doesn't love you. Your boss doesn't love you. They will more often than not swap you with newer, cheaper faces tomorrow like that. Comfort is a trap that the people who have power will love for you to walk into. And I'm saying this to you as I'm also in the center of this situation right now. I've been doing my job one way or another for the last 20 years. I just shot that video on the Mr. Beast channel where you had, 49 other so-called YouTube legends. Some people I came up alongside, some after me, but you're in that room and it is hard not to immediately compare yourself. Some of them are winning out front. Some of them are quietly winning. There were people in that room that I think just closed 8, 9-figure deals. Right? People you wouldn't think. And then also you have just people that at their peak, they seemed untouchable. People that I would have bet the house on, like they're just going on and on, but their career's not in that same place. But the world kind of moved on without them. And I do kind of keep landing on the same difference. A number of the ones who faded kind of just consistently did the same thing over and over again, but ultimately, as inevitably will happen, the ground moved and then they didn't move along with it. But then you also had people that chased every single trend and they kind of lost what made them. And then more often than not, the people that had what I saw at least as success were people that kind of kept the core the same, but they changed the costume. And the thing is, if you've watched my main channel over the years, you could kind of see my channel playing out in one of 3 ways, really. And so then, it gets uncomfortable for me because I, of course, have to then not just look out, but look inward. And to a certain degree, I've kind of done the same thing for the past 20 years. So then I'm thinking, am I also a cautionary tale? And after sitting with myself for a while, I thought, no, but there is a risk. Right? Because what today's lesson and maybe warning is about failing and then rationalizing it. What I do, it works, right? Sitting in that chair, it works. But it is important to change and tweak things around it. Right? So whether it's realizing short form is incredibly important and jumping on it early, even though it might be cringe, that was important. Trying to bring up new or different talent, open up other channels, did that to certain degrees. Source-fed nerd, that was like a part of, I don't even know how many people's childhoods. Also then bringing people on for interviews, then seeing what I loved about that, starting a podcast with my buddy Alex Perlman, right? Keeping it fun and interesting for me, getting something for people that watch me, and also maybe, expanding from there. And then also part of the reason I'm thinking about this is on Thursday, I'm going to VidCon, which again is another thing that I would normally say no to these days, but this has been my year of yes and putting myself back out there, and I'm gonna be accepting a Lifetime Achievement Award, right? So I've been doing this for 20 years. I'm gonna get this thing to hold. But honestly, I do have mixed feelings about it. I'm getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at 40 years old. It almost feels like I'm going to my own wake, that there's a eulogy. Thanks for the memories, here's your award, make some room. But I reject that kind of thinking. Fuck that kind of thinking. I'll take the trophy, but I'm not done. I'm seeing this as more of a checkpoint rather than the finish line. Especially because a lot of people will look at me, whether they know what I do online or they're just kind of a random person and they see the things I have in my life, but I'm still a person that is figuring things out. Whether it be about the platforms and the algorithms or just who I am in my life. And for a long time, that uncertainty felt horrible, but it's really not. It is a step up. The day that I'm certain, the day that I think I got it figured out is the day that I stop looking at how the ground is shifting. Discomfort is so fucking important. And again, that's a thing that I want my kids to see. I don't want them to see me getting a Lifetime Achievement Award, doing a thing and then just kind of coasting. I want them to see someone that is hungry, that is trying, that can fail, but then gets up and continues. Or being a little lost after you fell down or you stumbled, that's not a weakness. That is proof that you're still in this game. So yeah, understand, same thing, different result, that's not a strategy, but neither is torching the thing that is working. Try, fail, keep the core, rebuild the rest. Never stop trying, because not trying is failing. But also learn, because whether it's me, whether it's you, it's not game over, it's halftime.